Hello, welcome to the second installment of Makeup and Metaphysical. I'm going to be unboxing the Powerpuff Girls XX Revolution collection. Internally screaming, okay? And I'm going to be telling you how to raise your vibration. Let's get started. By the way, I'll mark down below the timestamps of when I'm doing the unboxing and from what point on I'm going to be doing the raising your vibration part. Shut the fuck up. And just like, this is so cute! So it looks like this. Oh my god. Okay. Powerpuff Girls is very personal, sentimental. It's a time capsule for me. It's my favorite childhood cartoon ever, so allow me to rebel. Okay, so lip glosses. This is so nostalgic! Powerpuff eye patches. How cute is that? Ooh, they're drippy inside. You can kind of tell. They kind of smell fruity. That looks like it would slip around all over your eye, but okay. You know what? Actually, let me just put that on. And it has these little plastic tweezers that come with it. Oh, never mind. Okay, the freaking tweezers just like ripped the side, so I'm gonna not do that. Damn, these are so thin. They are so thin. Like, I try to be so gentle with the tweezer, but yeah. Oh hell yeah, that's fucking slippery as shit. So that might be slipping and sliding throughout the video. Hopefully it stays on my face. You guys have no idea how happy it makes me that I've reached this point in life. My kindergarten self would be, she would be screaming. She still is screaming, clearly. My inner child is screaming. And you know what? I've adopted it into my adult self because she's greatly accepted here. But yeah, if you would have gone back in time and told my kindergarten self, you are going to be receiving PR from companies that are collabing with your favorite cartoon. You're gonna get paid to promote your favorite cartoon. This isn't sponsored, by the way, but I'm talking about last year when I was sponsored to do the ColourPop Powerpuff Girl collection. I was like physically crying when I received the box. It was so emotional for me. Yeah, if you would have told little Stephanie that this was gonna be her and I would be getting makeup and I'd be having so much fun painting my face like a clown, I wouldn't even believe you. I wouldn't even freaking believe you, but I'd probably still scream at the thought. How fucking cute is this? Liquid blush? Okay, yes, there's a liquid blush for each of them. I'm gonna look at the colors. Okay, yeah, it doesn't even say anywhere how long you should keep the patches on. I'm just gonna keep them on for like maybe 20 minutes or something. But they are totally slipping around my damn face. Okay, this is what they look like. It has like one of those really soft, I'm definitely gonna use these on my face. That's the Blossom one, that's the Buttercup one, and that's the Bubbles one. Do they blend? Yeah, these actually blend out hella nice. The Blossom and Bubbles look so similar, but I think the Bubbles one is just a tad more peachy, and then the Blossom one is a tad more pink. Gotta push these up again. This is what I'm super excited by. The fucking water activated liners. I was so happy when they hit me up to send me another package. I had no idea it was fucking Powerpuff Girls. So I just love that these brands just know that I'm the Powerpuff bitch, okay? You hit me up for that shit, okay? The fact that, it comes with a brush, I love that. Look how cute, it says the Powerpuff Girls on it. The fact that the Powerpuff Girl collection has water-activated liners, chef's kiss. These are the colors. They're way more neon in person. Actually, that's pretty accurate right there. Oh, that is so weird. I'm like just barely touching them and it's actually getting on my finger, which my typical water activated liners, which is the Glisten Cosmetics ones, they don't do that. So that's crazy. Yeah, I heard interesting things about the water activated liners, so let's see how that goes. I'm gonna show the Mojo Jojo palette next. I fucking love this shit. It looks like this. Oh, okay, it's highlighters. Mojo Jojo, say it ain't so. Ah! Bitch, I used to have like Powerpuff Girls on VHS. Like, I know the references. I don't know if I'll be using this, to be honest, because I think the only color that would work on my skin is the middle one. Well, okay, I might try the middle one, but the other two are too dark for me. And then they have 3 individual palettes for each of the girls, and then a big-ass palette. Buttercup palette looks like this. That's cute. That's an interesting selection of greens, because, I don't know. This is like super, super pale. This is kind of like throw up-y. And then this one's, it looks like a dull shimmery green, but I would have expected like a bright green, you know what I mean? I fucking love that. The stamp in it with her face shape. I don't know if you guys did this, but if you're around my age range, comment down below if you had like a friend group, and I don't know if you had a group of 3, but I've for some reason always had a group of 3s as friends groups. Friend groups going up. What English? I always had girl groups of 3 for friend groups. You would each have your designated Powerpuff Girl, you know what I mean? I was Bubbles for the most part, unless I was in a friend group that, you know, there was a girl who was like, you know, even shyer than me or even like sweeter than me, because I wasn't really known for being sweet, but I was known for being baby. Okay, first of all, I resonate with all of them, but I mostly like feel myself as Bubbles. This one's the Blossom. Ooh, okay. I thought it was a bunny stamped in it, but it's her fucking bow. And then this is the Bubbles palette. I'm just like letting the internal thing just fall. Just pretend that's not happening. I'm like rooting for this one. I am really rooting for it because blues are hard, well, specifically dark blues in my opinion, are hard to formulate. The pigtails, I love it. And then we have the big ass palette. I really wish it was only one TikTok that I saw, like, I didn't even know this collection was coming out or that I was receiving this collection before I saw this TikTok, but I wish I didn't see it because it kind of like spoiled it for me. But I really wish this was like a first impressions, you know? Okay, that's interesting. It's kind of like, in my opinion, natural. I know this isn't natural to some people, okay? But for example, like this end, the buttercup side, the greens, again, the greens are muted, and then they added like this gold, they added like, you know, like a silvery shimmer, I would assume for a brow bone. Yeah, this is like an olivey tone green. There's these warm browns. Okay, delicious selection for browns. I hope that's really pigmented too, because it's like a deeper brown, a more like warm like tan brown, and like a terracotta reddy brown. I love that. And then for the pinks, I kind of feel like the pinks are like a little redundant, to be honest. Like these two, I feel like they could have swung a lighter pastel pink instead. I feel like they could have deepened that red a little bit more for the contrast. And then yeah, these two, like to have a big ass bar of pink like that and then a pink, shimmery pink right next to it that are practically the same, I don't know who's gonna be using all that. And then same thing with the blues. And you know what? I'm super grateful for this shit. Don't let this come off as me being ungrateful for receiving free product, but I do wanna be critical. As much as I'm gushing over it and loving it, I do want to be critical of it, you know? But yeah, I'm hella rooting for like that dark navy blue. Okay, high hopes for this. And then the last product, oh my god, it's him! Ah! It's a mattifying primer. I'm gonna use it. I'm not really like a primer person, but yeah, let's just see how it goes. All right, I'm gonna take this off to see how it did me. God, this is like so satisfying though. Like they're really thin and flimsy, but oh my god, that is the most fucking satisfying sensation to rip that. I'm gonna kind of rub in this gel that's left over onto my whole eyelid. We'll see if it soaks in. So far it's just a little bit tacky. Ooh, I did not expect it to be like a jelly form. I thought for some reason it was gonna be like a silicone-y primer. Or honestly, I don't even know what silicone means as far as formulas, but I assumed it was gonna be like a Benefit poreless primer. It's very just like jelly, you know? I might have put too much also. I don't really do primer, so let me actually rub a little bit in my hands. It's interesting because it's not like, I feel like it's not like a hyper drying mattifying formula, because it does feel like soft to the touch. Yeah, by the way, I think my under eyes are a little softer than they were. Yeah, you know what? They do feel pretty hydrated. All right, and then just for shits and gigs, I usually will do like a glowy moisturizer, like a tinted moisturizer type of foundation situation, but since it's a mattifying primer, I'm gonna use a matte foundation. This is Tarte Amazonian Clay. I'm not gonna put a whole lot because I don't like a ton of coverage, even though it's pretty like medium full coverage already. And then I'm gonna use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer. under my eyes. While that's setting in, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I'm using the ColourPop Clear Brow Wax, spraying it once. This is basically a soap brow. I'm gonna blend my concealer a little bit. I'm gonna powder just my under eyes with the Milk makeup powder. Yeah, the primer is like, I mean, it's not crazy mattifying, to be honest. I also don't have oily skin, so keep that in mind. A little bit of Physicians Formula bronzer. I'm gonna use the Bubbles blush. Boop, boop, boop. I'm gonna try to blend it with my finger on this side. Switching to the other finger to blend out the edges more. Okay, that's pretty. I like that. I'm gonna blend this side out with a brush. That's really nice. I feel like that side applied a little smoother than that side. And a little brighter. It would probably apply better with your fingers if you weren't wearing like full coverage foundation or like powder of any kind or anything. So I'm thinking I want to do like a shadow gradient first, do some black graphic ass liner, and then go in with the Powerpuff Colors of liner to like add some details to the liner. Okay, so raising your vibration. Before I get into what I usually do when I'm feeling low, I want to make sure that you guys know you might not be the problem. A lot of times we're surrounded by people. It could be parents, it could be your shitty ass boyfriend, it could be your fake ass friends who, even though they may not be outright haters to you, behind the scenes they could be promoting that energy towards you and about you. So check yourself. Do you feel sad when you're around certain people? Do you feel more depressed? Do you feel more anxious around certain people? They might be haters. If it's more, obvious types of things, like, like your parents kind of suck or something like that, and they're like outright rude to you or some shit, that's one thing. You may have to deal with that as long as you can, because in that kind of situation you can't necessarily just like remove yourself. But I would recommend, if it's something that you can control, remove yourself from an environment or situation that makes you question yourself, makes you question your worth, constantly brings you down or takes you to an elevated state or makes you feel on edge at all times, because that's just not a way to live. I'm not feeling that blue right now. I want something more like purple toned. I'm gonna try to go over it with this blue. Now, at the same time of saying that, I want to make sure you guys are also taking accountability for yourself, because although in some rare cases you might not be the issue, you are always in control of your energy. Hi, it's Editing Filthy. I also wanted to mention, if you're not setting boundaries with these people, you're at fault here, because yeah, you can't control the actions of other people. You can't control how they treat you. But if you can't all the way just shut these people out of your life for whatever reason, then you need to be setting boundaries and you need to be firm with them. Okay? If you tell somebody straight up, this is my boundary, do not cross it, and they make the intentional decision to constantly cross that boundary and make excuses for why it's okay for them to cross that boundary, then you need to find a way to remove yourself from that situation, because these people are not going to change. They're making a choice. It's a choice to cross people's boundaries, and you staying around a person that's constantly crossing your boundaries, knowing damn well they know the fuck better, stop making excuses for them and stop making excuses for yourself. Take accountability for what you can control with that, which is leaving. Not setting boundaries is lowering your vibration. Allowing people to cross your boundaries is lowering your vibration. Making the choice to stick around people that do not respect you and consistently cross your boundaries is lowering your vibration. It's bringing you anxiety, it's bringing you depression, it's bringing you sadness and distress of any kind. Do something about it. So take accountability for any actions you might be doing to bring your vibration down. Do you eat fast food every fucking day? Do you engage in unhealthy coping mechanisms like drugs, alcohol to cope? Maybe even coping by using other people, coping with your low energy by blaming other people, or, deflecting your problems onto everybody else except for you. Then nothing's gonna fucking change. At the end of the day, you may be a product of your environment, but if you aren't doing anything to change it, You are at fault here. So make sure to take accountability. Make sure you're honest with yourself. Sometimes you know damn well what the problem is. You know damn well there's a person that brings you down. You know damn well that you don't have the boundaries in place to raise your vibration. You allow people to walk all over you, you know. While yes, other people can be bringing us down, at the end of the day, we have to look inwards and see what we can do to change that situation. Is it as easy as hanging out with them less? Let's say if you were dealing with a person that gets mad if you don't respond quickly, like, you need to have a high enough boundary to be like, no, I'm gonna respond when I can. I'm gonna respond when I'm in the right mental state. I'm gonna respond when I have enough time. I'm gonna respond when I'm not prioritizing something else that's very important to me. Making sure that you're holding yourself accountable for your self-care, holding your boundaries high, and saying no. Like, just simply saying no. I know this looks fucking wild right now, but it'll pull together. Now that that's out of the way, I think it's a really helpful tool to have if you want to raise your vibration, to really sit down for like 10 minutes and come up with a list of things that you know make you feel amazing and helps your mood, helps your energy, helps boost how you feel. For example, I have this on the wall. You can kind of see it right here. It literally says raise your vibration at the very top. And I'm basically going to be going down the line of things that make me feel really good. And hopefully these will inspire you guys to think of things that raise your vibration personally. Because this isn't, you know, a one size fits all kind of thing. But these are things that really help me, and they're things that don't take a lot of energy, because, you know, a lot of times someone can have a great idea of, here's how you raise your vibration. Make this 6 ingredient salad and, you know, make it natural and beautiful, and make sure things are aesthetically pleasing. But we may be so low, let's say we're fucking deeply depressed or deeply anxious, we may be feeling so low that we don't have the energy to do that. We don't have the motivation to do that kind of shit. So I made sure my list was things that I can do in a pinch and things that I can do quickly, and have it be a broad enough range where if a couple things, you know, I'm not feeling at the moment, the other things on the list will be enough. So the number one thing on my list, and the first thing, is stay off your phone. The fucking technology, man. Staring into a damn screen all fucking day, while it might be a good coping mechanism if you really need to distract yourself from something, you know, happening in your life, it may be good in those cases. But if you're trying to have a high vibration, staring into a TV or staring into your phone, scrolling endlessly all day, is not going to help you. I mean, there's a plethora of reasons why technology can't be good to you. There's programming that goes into it. A lot of times, you know, these companies are using our insecurities against us, and these algorithms know what the fuck you need or have been craving to buy or have been insecure about, and they're gonna market and promote things that will fix those things. And constantly being exposed to that shit is gonna lower your vibration. It's gonna constantly remind you that you're not the most confident about your physical appearance or whatever it may be. On top of the algorithm just basically using our mental health against us to make a profit, just the act of like doom scrolling and scrolling for an hour on TikTok or scrolling for an hour on Instagram, personally, I've noticed that my heart rate rises. I notice that my energy feels like it's all up here, it's all up in my head, it's all up in my face, because I'm using all of this to focus. So in that moment, I'm not grounded, I'm not calm. Even if it's not, you know, fucking the shitty ass news that you're watching. It doesn't have to be something negative necessarily, but just the act of staring at a screen and your eyes like darting on the screen, you might not notice it, but your eyes doing that, it's kind of triggering a sort of fight or flight response in your body. Think about, you know, if we were cavemen in the wild or some shit. In that moment, we're highly alert, probably because we need to keep ourselves safe from that thing, or we're trying to figure out how to quickly get out of a situation. So doing that on our phone screens is kind of triggering the same response. I've noticed that I start to breathe heavier and I start to breathe shorter breaths when I'm scrolling for a fucking hour on my phone. So it's literally a physical thing. It's not even just a mental reason why you shouldn't just be staring at a screen all day. I went into the big palette for the greens because the smaller Buttercup palette doesn't have a deep enough green that I'm looking for. The next thing on my list up there, and this one is so incredibly helpful for me. This one actually, I want to say this shit actually saved me. It's word dumping all of your negative thoughts on a piece of binder paper and throwing it away or burning it if you have a safe space. Now this shit has actually saved me when my ADHD ass is just fucking, my mind is going like this. My mind is running 5,000 miles an hour. And especially if those thoughts are negative, especially if I'm in a state in life where, you know, something negative has happened and I can't stop thinking about it, or I can't stop ruminating about a specific situation, this shit has helped me so much because it's not all up here. My vibration isn't grounded, my vibration isn't calm because all of my energy is doing this. The act of putting that on paper, it's like literally like taking pieces and putting it on paper so that it's not here anymore. You're removing yourself from that situation in a sense, and this is also why journaling is so amazing, and just writing about your thoughts, writing about just, it's a form of processing your thoughts, processing your emotions. So yeah, if I'm just having 100,000 negative thoughts in a moment and I just can't catch a break because, you know, all of my typical coping mechanisms, let's just say it's just not fucking working because my brain is just feeding myself more reasons to disprove the positive things that I'm trying to feed myself. Eventually, you're just gonna give up and succumb to those thoughts if it's not letting up. So word dumping, and I literally mean word dumping. Like, I don't have to think so hard about it. I don't have to formulate what's the right way to say it. Like, literally just any thought that comes in my mind, I'm gonna write it down. It doesn't even have to be complete sentences. There doesn't have to be punctuation. There doesn't have to be any periods. But just being able to literally, it's like actually dumping the fucking chaos of your mind onto a piece of paper. And sometimes I've done this trick for 2 fucking hours straight. I have speed written, word dumped on a page for 2 fucking hours. The key is to stop when you simply don't have any more thoughts. Once you're not thinking about any of that shit because you feel like you have expressed it all, you've talked your shit about it, it's out there, and you feel like it's redundant at this point, like you don't feel the need to repeat yourself. That's another thing. Repeat yourself if you need to. Let's say it's as simple as, I'm so pissed off that on top of every bullshit thing that's happening in my life, I can't breathe out of my right fucking nostril because my allergies. Literally write down, fuck my allergies, fuck my allergies, fuck my allergies, fuck my allergies, as many times as you can until another thought is being fed to you, and then put that next thought. And once you get to the point you're no longer having these racing thoughts, take those pages out and rip that shit up. And to me, it feels fucking great to burn it. I love burning it, especially under the full moon, because I'm trying to release that. I'm trying to release that into the universe, release it and have it recycled in a way that the universe sees fit, because it's not mine anymore. You know what I mean? Make sure you only do that if you are in a safe space. Don't do that inside your house, and only do it outside of your house in a contained environment. What the fuck? Okay, the lip glosses are like gooey. Damn, my bubbles one wasn't screwed on properly. It's just like making everything sticky. That's kind of annoying. I'm just gonna really quick take a detour from the vibration thing just to see if there's any specific sense. Dude, this is a fucking mess. What the hell? Why is that? It's literally so nostalgic. There's a specific scent. It's not kids makeup. I figured out what the scent was. It's this fucking strawberry shortcake lip gloss set that I had when I was little. I'm pretty sure I still have it because I'm really nostalgic. Bro, do you see this shit? Oh my god. I'm almost fucking positive it smells like one of these. Ooh, this is just as gooey. Okay, is it this one? Dude, yes. Oh my god. It smells just like these lip glosses from my childhood. Do you see how fucking cute this is? Just get into it. Like each gloss was, a different character. I'm so glad I figured it out. Oh my god, okay. I'm gonna put on Ginger Snap just because. Oh my god. I know this shit is mad expired. Does it have the date on it anywhere? 2003, bro. Oh, hell no. I'm gonna put the Blossom one on. God, it's hard to tell if there is a scent difference. You know what? This one's like a little bit more fruity pebbly than the other one. Let me smell the bubbles one again. Yeah, I don't even know how to describe it. I think like it's like a very fake blueberry. I'm gonna smell the Buttercup one on my hand because I really want to get an accurate dosage. Oh yeah, they're different scents. This one's green apple and it's really thin. Really thin, not sticky at all. All right, the next thing we're gonna do before getting back to raising our vibration is I'm gonna check the water activated liners. Okay, I got up to take a break because I'm starving. But while I'm up, I wanted to show you guys another way that I really like to raise my vibration and enhance the flow in my body. Don't mind the outfit, okay? So if I'm feeling like really stagnant, let's say I have a lot of tension in my body and I can't relax, and the fact that I'm not relaxed is lowering my vibration, right? I specifically hold a lot of tension in my upper back and my middle back. So what I like to do to kind of release that tension and get me to ground a little more is I do this stretch. I like to have my hands clasped, held behind my back, and just lean forward. And while I'm here, I'll notice that I have a little more tension in my shoulders than I think, but as I'm here, I'm gonna take 3 really big, deep breaths into my stomach. As I'm doing that, I'm dropping my shoulders and allowing my body to hang forward and not just like holding myself up like that, you know? So, and as I'm doing more deep belly breaths with that, I can literally feel the blood coming back to this area of my body because the tension is releasing and it's able to do that. Now take that advice with any kind of tension that you may have in your body. Don't lean into anything that hurts, by the way. But if you're feeling, let's say if you're feeling really tense in your shoulders, and let's say you don't have the energy to do an entire 10 to 20 minute yoga video or do an entire stretch routine. Let's say you're really down in the dumps. Just pick one stretch. Look up on the internet, stretches to loosen your shoulders. Stretches to loosen your biceps, stretches to loosen your lower back, upper back, middle back, legs, hips, wherever you keep your tension, just type that in. And don't think about it too hard. Just pick the first stretch that you see. And if you can find something that you can do in bed, if you're, you know, staying in bed because you're feeling that low, even better. But yeah, literally simplifying any of these things. Like, of course, yoga is gonna be a great thing to raise your vibration, and doing stretches and making sure your body is flowing and in movement is going to raise your vibration. But sometimes we're feeling so low that we don't even want to do things that are going to help us. So just pick one little thing, pick one stretch. If you can sit up in bed, great. If you can just roll over onto the floor, amazing. And do a stretch that is really going to loosen that part of your body or bring flow to a stagnant part of your body. And while you're in that pose, make sure to take 3 really big, deep breaths into your stomach. Literally feel your stomach expanding when you're breathing. Try not to breathe like that, because that's another like fight or flight response kind of thing, right? So you're going to breathe really deep into your belly. And when you do that 3 times, that really helps to enhance the relaxation of a part that you're stretching while you're doing it. Of course, another way to raise your vibration is to hold your pets. If you have a pet, it's just so good to hug them. It is so good to be around these beautiful, high vibrational beings that we have the privilege of living at the same time with. So yeah, if you have a pet, show them some love. I got food. Not me talking shit about fast food being low vibrational and then getting it. But you know what? I got good vibes to spare, okay? That actually reminded me, another good way to raise your vibration is take a break. Take a damn break. If you're studying really hard for an exam and you're feeling stressed the fuck out and now you're just worried that you're not gonna fucking pass the thing. If you're overworking the fuck out of yourself and you're so focused on achieving a goal that you're no longer in the moment, you're in the future and you're kind of convincing yourself it's not coming too fast and all that, you need a break. Don't overwork yourself. Don't force yourself to do anything if you really don't have to do it in that very moment. If it's messing with your mental health to continue doing a task, take a damn break. Another really quick way to raise your vibration is drink water. It's that simple. Like, I'm gonna keep it at that. Matter of fact, if you're watching this right now, you should take a sip of water. Go ahead. I'll wait. On the topic of low vibrational food, this is actually a conflicting one that I have on my list. On my list, it says, eat hot Cheetos or Takis to ground yourself. And that's specific to me because it's something that I just love so much that, like, even though it's not good for me, it's not good for my body, of course, to just eat hot chips all the time. Like, it makes me feel emotionally good. And if I'm in a pinch, let's say I've been in this state, like, you guys, I've been in the fucking gutter in life before, to the point where, like, I'm so dissociated, I'm so depressed, I'm so, like, I have all these negative ideations in my head that, like, am I really going to allow the next thing to stress me out be the food that I'm eating? Like, no, I have to eat regardless. Of course, I should be mindful of the things that I eat, but at the same time, I'm not going to hold it to such a high standard that I'm going to be down on myself for not eating healthy either. On that note, I'm actually going to bring up the emotional scale. This right here is a good example of why it's okay to have a yummy snack and not feel bad about it. Because, okay, for example, this is low vibrational, going to McDonald's and getting fast food. But, for example, your goal is to always move up the scale. So if you're at the bare bottom, you're feeling fear, grief, depression, really low emotions, even if you were able to bring your fear and grief up to frustration, that's still raising your vibration. Like, no, of course it's not the goal. It's not the goal to be frustrated, but it is still higher. It is still a step up. So say I am at my lowest fucking low. That hot Cheeto might ground me. It really fucking might. When I was in my lowest place in life, hot Cheetos was my savior. By the way, shout out to Sydney Black for her whole video on this a couple years ago. This chart has been, like, so helpful for me, so check her out. But yeah, generally speaking, it may lower your vibration if you're already at, like, a decent level or, like, a high level. Like, yeah, it might lower your vibration to have fast food or to have food that's not good for you, and of course it is a really good tip if you want to raise your vibration and you have the motivation to be able to do so. Cooking your own meals. Let's say you spent 2 weeks of only meals that were cooked from you, not cooked from anybody else down at a restaurant or fast food. You will for sure feel better. A lot of people's energy goes into the cooking that they're doing. So a lot of times you can kind of be eating the energy that they're putting into it. If they're in a bad mood at work, you might be eating their bad mood. But yeah, that's not to say that food should be something to be down on yourself about. Don't stress about it too much, and realize that sometimes it's worth it. Like, if you're so low, even if you're feeling overwhelmed, worried, it's better to feel, if hot Cheetos is your thing, for example, hot Cheetos might get you to contentment. And of course, if you're at a higher vibration, it might bring you lower. But I've found eating my favorite snack to be really beneficial when I'm in a low spot. My next tip is something that you can do if you literally are not wanting to get out of bed, and that is humming or using a singing bowl. For example, take a deep breath. Sound healing is real, y'all. Being healed with vibrations is real. Now, of course, these guys are, like, expensive as hell, but you don't need to get this. That's why I said humming, because this vibration has helped me in a pinch. When I don't even want to get up to get this, it's been helpful for me. So you know how humming is like a healing frequency, right? See how quickly this motherfucker falls asleep? I mean it. That shit is healing. If you feel like shit, hum to yourself for 5 minutes. See how you feel. Figure out what note is what you need. If it feels really good to do a low note, If it feels really good to like have a high note, be intuitive with it. It's actually helped me so much anytime that I've ever felt nauseous. So I swear by humming as being really helpful for raising your vibration. Now, of course, another way that you can raise your vibration is meditation. Meditation can be really hard, especially starting off, especially if you have racing thoughts. For any reason, like a lot of people don't really love meditating because they're not ready yet or they can't do it yet. But if you can, it's always amazing to meditate. And if not, simply just sitting and breathing, taking deep breaths. If you are not in the space to be able to focus on your breaths and clear your mind, don't worry too much about having your mind completely clear. More so, just focus on the effort of sitting there, having your back aligned if you're able to, and focusing on each breath that comes into your body. Even if your mind strays off, that's okay. Just keep breathing. Don't have music playing, don't have a TV, don't have your phone, just regular distractions. Put it all aside and connect back to your body. Even 3 to 5 deep breaths. If you can handle that alone makes me feel a lot better sometimes. Just make sure the breaths are with your stomach, like I was talking about earlier. Expand your stomach. You can put your hand on your stomach to you're making sure to feel the sensation there. Breathing in as deep as possible and then holding it for a couple seconds and releasing it. All right, real quick, I'm gonna swatch these because I heard the formula was weird. What's weird about it? My next tip on raising your vibration or mood is washing your hair if you have any. And this kind of ties in with another tip of doing like a visualization exercise. So what I like to do if I'm really feeling just like mucky, if I'm really feeling low, I will get in the shower, I'll wash my hair if it's close to my wash day, of course. And as I'm scrubbing my scalp, I'm visualizing just rinsing off all of the feelings, all of the negative feelings that I'm having. I'm visualizing myself leaving the situation with a cleaner mind, a cleaner vibration. And sometimes I'll even do an affirmation while I'm doing it. So if I really can't get out of my head, I will get in the shower. I will say things like, I am hereby rinsing off any of these negative feelings that I'm feeling. I'm releasing anything that does not serve me, including the weight of this situation. You know what? It is kind of like an interesting situation because it's not as black. It's kind of gray, like a dark gray, especially when it dries down. I'll say affirmations regarding, whatever situation that I'm upset about. I am free from that weight. I love myself. Let's say you had like a really fucking shitty work day. I rinse off the day to prepare my body to relax. Get creative, literally, like anything like that. It's really helpful to just first of all, speak into the world what you want, but also using a practice to help you solidify it and kind of bring it to you, such as showering. Something that's symbolically cleansing you that, bad energy or that bad mood. Another thing I like to really do, and this one is more personal to me, not everyone will align with this, but I like to talk to my ancestors or talk to the people who have passed. Something I like to do to be able to connect to my ancestors is braiding my hair, because I just feel like it's a symbol. It's a symbol of all of us coming from our roots, and I am Hispanic. I have Hispanic roots, and I was raised with Hispanic custom, and I really like to connect to my heritage that way. And of course, braids are a big thing with like our native land, and it really makes me feel so connected. Editing filthy here, I kind of didn't get to my point in the video, but it relaxes me because of how connected I feel to my culture when I do that. And not just that, but connecting to your ancestors and talking to your ancestors reminds you that you're not alone. It reminds you that like you got a team. You have a team with you, even if you feel alone or you feel lonely or whatever. So yeah, I think that's just like a really great way to raise your vibration. There's also something very therapeutic about braiding your hair, even if it's not connecting you to a heritage of some sort. Not to mention, it's just very soothing, you know what I mean? Another tip I have for raising your energy vibration is to Incorporate the senses. So something that I would like to do personally is light an incense and help me to connect back to my body, putting a scent in the air that brings me back to right here, right now. And you can get creative with that too. Another way that you can incorporate the senses is to put your feet in the grass, bringing yourself back to nature, being able to feel the grass if you're not allergic to grass, being able to feel dirt, feel it with your hands, feel it with your bare feet, making sure to watch the breeze in the trees. You can incorporate a kinesthetic sense by, creating something, making an artwork, or just simply sketching on a piece of paper, having fun, making just doodles, There's also something very healing about watching a flame. So if you have candles, it's really nice when you light one, and not just to benefit off of the aroma of it, but also just connecting to fire, connecting to the elements. But yeah, get creative with that one. Another thing that you can do if you're in the space too, and if you have somebody around you, ask for physical touch. Literally, it's so healing to hug people. I know vulnerability can be really hard for some people, but it's so healing to be able to practice how to connect back to that and enjoy the feeling of physical touch. As cringe as it might be, ask for a hug from your parents if you live with them, or with your partner if you have one, or your sibling, or a friend. Yeah, a lot of healing and comfort can come from doing just that. Another thing that's really helpful for me if I'm feeling anxious or low is to watch a Reiki ASMR. Of course, it's probably not going to be as strong as like an actual physical Reiki, but it's just so calming. And I know not a lot of people enjoy ASMR. They don't like those really I don't even know, sounds. I get it. But yeah, you can replace that one with literally anything that brings you a sense of calm when you watch it. But yeah, I just feel like Reiki ASMR specifically is really helpful because it's not just regular ASMR where it's a role play. Reiki itself is for healing. It's so being in the focus of healing as you're watching something very calming and slow and low volume, it's just super relaxing. Here's 3 people that I love for ASMR. The top 2 do spiritual and Reiki ASMRs, and then the bottom one is I just love her voice. She's very calming and soothing. And the last tip I have on my poster is to just simply feel. I have written simply feel, allow, accept, be. It will pass, love. Because sometimes we forget that. And if all else fails, if I really don't want to do anything to help my mood or to help my vibration, or I'm so low that I just want to bask in it for the damn minute, I deserve that. I deserve to just simply feel and not... Life isn't about just fixing problems. It's not about healing. It's not about bettering a situation at all times. And a lot of times people can use that as an excuse to deflect away from their emotions and not feel their emotions, but part of healing is feeling it. So if all else fails, if everything else that I gave you guys on this list doesn't work for you, just allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to be in the moment of sadness. It's okay. Everything will be okay. You can take it from me, okay? I have lived very hard times in my life, and I know not really anyone on the internet knows about the things that I've been through. But trust me, I've been in the mindset that shit's not gonna get better. I've been in the mindset of fucking wanting to end it all. I really fucking have. So take it from somebody who understands. I know what that fucking feels like. I know what it feels like to be at your damn lowest. So trust me when I say it gets better. I am living proof that it gets better. So just simply allow yourself to be exactly what you are in this situation. Allow yourself to embrace whatever is going on and feel whatever sensations come natural. Because you're definitely not going to be raising your vibration if you're just simply avoiding a low vibration. Life is full of cycles. Life is full of ups and downs. You are not going to completely avoid bad situations. It's just not going to happen. So it's about learning to cope the best when you're at your lowest point. If you're constantly seeking a solution, if you're constantly seeking a repair to the problem, then you need to reflect on why you feel like feeling is a problem. And give yourself permission. Give yourself fucking permission. But yeah, those are my tips for raising your vibration. I'm just gonna finish some makeup, so if you were just watching for a way to boost your mood, then you can end here. And thanks for watching. But yeah, I think I figured out why the formula is weird. So like, yeah, it's powdery. Water just soaks all the way in. Oh, it's so weird. I can't like, it's hard to describe, but like, I've now put in like 5 drops of water into this blue and it pretty much sinks to the bottom every single time. The more I try to like rub it and get more product, it just keeps getting powdery. Bruh, that's hella weird. Yeah, so I'm gonna add, what the fuck? Alright, I'm gonna use the cap to mix this around because I feel like it's just, the water is just not playing a part. It just wants to stay powder, so hold on. But yeah, I think working it into the cap is gonna help. What the fuck is happening? Yeah, I can confirm that you indeed need to use a lot more water. That's so interesting. Yeah, this is like hard to control. And then, what the fuck? Yeah, I just added like a whole thing of water and it sunk immediately to the bottom. Do you see this shit? Look, hold on. Dry. Fucking dry. You see that powder? So yeah, I've decided the best way to use it is to grab product on the brush with like fucking 3 or 4 drops of water and then mix it into the cap so that it actually stays wet. Yeah, this pink is giving me problems. I would probably, I mean, if you're using water activated liners for the first time especially, I would stick to the brands that are known for water activated liners like Glisten. I use the Glisten ones all the damn time. Never have any issues with it. Of course it's water activated, so if I'm sweating or whatever, it's not gonna last because it's water activated. But I highly recommend those over this, to be honest. And I have a code with them if you haven't already used it. I mean, I think you can use it again. Okay, now I'm gonna use the green one. It's doing the same thing! Look at this shit. Dry. Dry as fuck. Alright, I've put like 5 drops of water in there now. Okay, I'm starting to scoop up like powder product. Alright, yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. That eyeliner was a fucking nightmare to use. Boom. Bitch, I look good. For real, this turned out super cute. Thank you to Revolution X for gifting me the collection, even though I didn't love these graphic liner. You can hardly tell, but it's like, it's even flaking a little bit. But besides that, I love the collection still. And yeah, this was really fun. I hope that you guys got some little golden nuggets from my tips to raise your vibration. Yeah, if you made it to the end, comment a crystal ball emoji again. I love you. I love you very much. I appreciate you. Bye.